Philippines reportedly unhappy about delayed delivery of defense materials from Israel. The Israeli news organization Globes recently published an article written by danshmuelelmas about how the Philippine government reportedly was upset about the delays on the delivery of the defense equipment it bought from Israel because of the Israeli government's policy of prioritizing their military first before exports, especially during times of war. Two senior defense executives anonymously told Elmas about how Israel's Ministry of Defense told the Israeli defense companies to divert their supplies for the production of military equipment and weapons to those that are being made for the Israeli armed forces, instead of those that are for export due to the ongoing war in Gaza. This of course resulted in delays in the delivery of their defense exports, and while most countries were sympathetic to Israel for these delays, the Philippines was not one of them. This reportedly resulted in tensions expressed during the exchange of messages and clarifications between high-ranking officials of both countries. Israel's defense ministry did not deny the issue when confronted about it, but said that it has been resolved to the satisfaction of all sides. According to data from the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute or SIPRI, the Philippines bought the second most defense materials from Israel, which totaled around 12% of all Israeli defense exports from 2019 to 2023. Remember that back in 2018, former President Rodrigo Duterte ordered the Armed Forces of the Philippines or AFP to buy from other countries like Israel after Canada and the United States or US delayed or denied sales of military equipment to his administration due to supposed human rights or HR issues. The AFP subsequently bought many defense materials from Israel, including the shaldagmkv fast patrol boats, the autonomous truck-mounted howitzer system or atmos and sabrah light tanks for the Philippine Army or PA, and the surfacetoairpythonandderby medium-range or spydermr missile system for the Philippine Air Force or PAF. The war in Gaza started in 2021, so that was around the time when these delays in the delivery started happening. There were delays in the delivery of defense assets from other countries also in the past several years, particularly with the T-129B attack helicopters from Turkey, which prompted the PAF to complain publicly about it several times. No public complaints from the AFP about the delays of bought assets from Israel. But it seems they and the Department of National Defense or DND were complaining about it behind the scenes. I agree that Israelis' policy of prioritizing their military first before defense exports is wrong for a number of reasons. First is that their armed forces is already not just the strongest in the Middle East, but also one of the strongest in the entire world, thanks in part to the $3 billion in military aid that the US has been giving them every single year since the 1970s. Since their military is already so strong, I don't think that